So, good afternoon. I'd like to let you know that we're going to be studying the following concept, and that is percents and fractions. What you really need to understand is that percents are equal to fractions. And now, sometimes you'd say, how is that so? So, let's talk about that, shall we? So, the first thing that I need you to recognize is that a fraction has two parts. And those two parts are a top and a bottom. Now, the top we call the numerator, and the bottom we call the denominator. So, an example of a fraction is this. Let's say I have 3 out of 5, okay? The numerator is 3, so this is our numerator, and this is our denominator. Now, what you need to recognize is that the denominator tells us how many parts of our pie we have, right? And the top tells us how much of our pie is left over. So essentially, if I was looking at a pie that was 3/5, I would have something that looks like this. Here's my pie, and it's broken into 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there would only be 3 parts that were actually filled in. Okay, so when we say 3/5 of something, we are saying that 3 parts of an entire pie is taken up. Now, let's see. I'm going to tell you right now that percents was equal to a fraction. Okay, so now let's talk about that. Now, here's what you need to remember. I told you that a percent was equal to a fraction. Now, how does that come about? Let's first talk about the percent. So a percent means out of 100. Not 1,000, but 100. Sorry about that. And when we say something is out of 100, it's very similar to what we have for our fraction here. This is saying 3 out of 5, okay? Now, this 3 out of 5 can be written as different things, right? We could say that 3 out of 5 is 3 divided by 5. We could say it's 3 over 5. It could be 3/5, right? All of them are the same. Now, when we say that something is out of 100, this means we have a fraction out of 100. So we have something that comes from something out of 100. So for example, here's our example here. So let's say that I have 56%, right? 56% is 56 out of 100. That's it. A percent is equal to a fraction. So just understand, if I say something is 56%, I really mean 56 over 100. And in math speak, if we were doing some form of calculation on this, we really mean 56 divided by 100. Now, how the heck are we going to use this? Let's go and take a look at the next lesson. So let's say I was looking for how to get 20% of 25. The mathematical speak that is here gives us what operations that we have to do. So if you remember, we said earlier that 20% was the same as 20 over 100. We could always say that this means 20 divided by 100. Okay, so just remember 20% is just 20 divided by 100. So we can write this part here as 20 divided by 100. And next, when you see something that has the word of in it in mathematics, we really mean times. So the word of really means times. Okay. So now that I have that, we have to do 20 divided by 100. Of means times. Oh, what? The 25 just means 25, doesn't it? So let's just put that down here. So to get 20% of 25, literally what we have to do is just punch that entire mathematical line in the calculator. So we're literally just going to go 20 divided by 100 times 25, and we get an answer. Hit equals. So let's see what we get, shall we? 20 divided by 100 times 25. And we end up with 5. And there is our answer. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to use this pattern that we have here, 20% of something, to find the final answer. So remember, change our 20% to 20 divided by 100, or whatever number, divide by 100, then times it by 25. Now, the reason why we're taking it slow is because you know what? You guys have literally not done math in over a year. And that's why we're doing this. Okay, so now go and do that practice question, those practice questions. Do a minimum of like 20 to 30 questions. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take a picture of your result and send it to me, please. Thank you very much.